Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Canis, and today I have with me returning guest, Torey Maerz.
Yeah.
Maerz, okay, CEO of ClientCircle. And
Yes.
first appearance on the podcast was a couple of years ago, episode 249. 249. And at that time, uh, I have you listed as CEO of Rocket Referrals.
Yep.
So ClientCircle, part of Rocket Referrals, or rebranding, I think so. So basically coming back for a refresh with after the new rebranding. Uh,
Huh.
and you're still in Iowa, right?
Yeah, we're still in Iowa. We have a lot more remote employees now than what we probably had the last time we spoke. But probably with a lot of companies out there, COVID changed that, and we're hiring all over the country now, which is good. I mean, it's easier to find people, I think.
Mhm.
And when you are sort of remote first, it just seems to work out better sometimes.
Okay. So let's go back to the basics. So what is ClientCircle?
Yeah, so essentially same product, same team, same group of people that was Rocket Referrals, but simply rebranded. So what we found is over time at Rocket Referrals, we built up a massive amount of features around automated communications, websites now. We're doing websites and web chat and text messaging, and of course, all of the automated referral stuff and reputation management and things like that we had in Rocket Referrals, but so much more. It kind of got to be where Rocket Referrals just didn't really do justice, to all of the
It
things
only
that
kept to the
we were
referral.
doing. Yeah, right. So, but it was tough to change because we built up a pretty good brand, around Rocket Referrals. People really love our team, and also generally what happens in this industry, if your name changes, people think you have been acquired or something, and then they start to wonder, well, crap, is my support going to go down the tubes? Like, what's going to happen? And so that's why we say client, or for a while anyway, we say ClientCircle by Rocket Referrals, because we wanted people to know that it was the same team and everything. So no acquisition, just simply a rebrand that kind of better fit our product.
Okay, so the product grew well beyond
Yeah. Yeah.
referrals. And what's been the biggest surprise what's the biggest learning from 2 years ago? At this point, you're a veteran InsurTech CEO.
Sure.
Uh,
I think, gosh, there's so many issues that we have been, pushing in this industry for 11 years now. And it's just like finally we're starting to kind of see things break loose. So I'm thinking of like data integrations. Okay. So if anybody in SureTech is listening to this, they know when I say data integrations, what a pain in the butt it is, to connect one system in the insurance world to another system in the insurance world. Either we're all using, different technologies or non-standard ways of communicating, and it's just been kind of a pain in the butt, or this management system doesn't have an integration, this one does, or these fields aren't available. And um, what I think I learned is just how much of a pain it is to kind of push that stuff forward, and to kind of make some change happen there. The amount of effort that it really takes to make that move. So I don't know if people talk about that a lot on your show, but I think
I always
getting data.
ask about integration, uh,
Yeah,
and often um, I think a lot of guests make it sound easier than it really is,
yeah,
because they
yeah.
don't want to scare the client away
Mhm.
from actually chatting with them. But yes, famously hard to integrate in our industry.
Yeah.
Um, so have you further refined the type of agencies that you guys are a fantastic fit for?
I think we're really trying to expand that market,
Okay.
right? Like we want to be a platform that works for the agent that is a single person and maybe they have a couple hundred to 1,000 customers all the way up to enterprise. So we have really built our product to work for the largest enterprises out there, meaning a franchise operation that might have lots of franchisee agencies and they all need to control compliance and how they communicate and all of the advanced stuff that that enterprise needs. But then your smaller agency then gets the benefit of using these enterprise tools. So that's kind of the goal, is to really be, as wide as we possibly can, build things for the enterprise and make that available to the small agent so that they can grow and get better. That's our plan. And that comes from just growing up, right? When I grew up, my dad had this small garden and seed store, and I watched him compete with like Walmart and all of these big companies, and he didn't have access to the tools that they needed. So, um, we would honestly just feel bad, like, hey, why can't you get these big inventory systems? And I think that my brother Carl and I saw that, and so as we're building this company, we want to make sure that the cool stuff we're building for the big enterprise is being made available to the smaller companies, at a reasonable price too.
Okay. Has the pricing changed from a couple of years ago? Is this very similar pricing?
I think it's probably pretty similar. Maybe how we have organized things has changed. I think that we are on sort of a per user model anymore, and I'm not sure exactly where pricing was that we saw before, but what we found is that allows you to, kind of scale with it, right? So as you add users to the platform, it becomes more of a maintenance, thing for us. So we have a bigger team to support, so it's going to cost more. But if your team is smaller, then it's more manageable kind of thing. So
What kind of results are the clients reporting?
yeah, so one of the things that I love to talk about is two of the core things. Number one is retention. So people using our platform are just seeing better retention. And I would love to give you some specific numbers that I could show here, right? But I don't have any like on the top of my head. But what we're seeing is that people using the platform are improving the retention, because one of the other piece that I'm going to talk about is client sentiment surveys and things that we do to understand who your best customers are and also who are likely to leave. And so these NPS surveys and things that we send out help you resolve detractors so you can get back to people more quickly. You know who's likely to cancel before they do. And that's that's one of the most important things we've seen. But not only that, it's not just NPS, but it's just when you're automatically communicating with people and you're consistent with your communication, people like you more, they're less likely to leave. So retention aspect is really, really key for us right now.
And it's a lot easier
Yeah.
to retain than it is to bring in new clients.
It is.
But
Actually, I was just talking with one of our bigger enterprise customers, and they said that um, one of the big things that's kind of helping their NPS and the retention is just offering to review their accounts. So have an agent go out and say, hey, can we just look at your accounts? And the interesting thing is, the numbers were improving whether or not the agent actually did the review or not. So just the fact of taking the time to offer it was really helping. So anyway, take that tip and use it. I think people could maybe send out just hey, let me look at your account kind of message, and it's going to help retention and improve NPS.
that is interesting. That is very, very interesting. That even those uh that don't take your offer,
Yep.
uh
just to know that it's there, I think is the key, is kind of, if I'm like looking into it, is the thing, because um I think that a lot of people might feel like, okay, I've signed up for, these policies and I don't really hear from my agent. What's the need? Well, now knowing that I can go to you and do a review and really talk about things is really important. And you probably told your customers this information when you signed them up and maybe even during renewals, but I think getting a reminder, it's like, hey, we're here for you if you ever want to look through your policies to make sure that they're still right for you or whatever, this is how you do it, is just a really great message to send people. So
Okay. I tend to ask, are there any new features that are coming down that you're excited about? Now, you guys are a very mature product, so it could very
yeah,
well be that you're feature complete, so to speak.
yeah. Well, we're never really feature complete, right? I think actually I think sometimes you also have to look at the features that you need to kill.
Uh,
The things that are just no longer relevant in today's world, or are not, functioning the way that they need to function any longer. Things change. The way consumers use the internet changes regularly. The way that they communicate with their friends and family changes. So we like to adopt and change. So one of the big things we added last year was websites. And we added websites to our platform because I wanted to be able to have the ability to use your website as a way to collect leads and information and things like that, and have that flow into our automated communication system seamlessly. So we've really been investing a lot in that. And we have some really cool things that we'll be actually launching here in March that are going to kind of take that to the next level. I really like to think of ClientCircle as sort of the HubSpot for your independent insurance agency. And that's a really important thing to have, is the ability to use your website to, work for you to collect leads, maintain customer relationships and things like that. So we're putting a lot of effort into that.
okay, there are a lot of agencies with crappy websites.
There are, yeah, yeah.
So
They kind of get the job done, but the thing is, the job that they're doing is just being a digital billboard. But a website is so much more than that. And it can be more for those people. So they need a website that looks great, but also it works with their existing systems. And so that's what we're trying to do, and to make it easy. That's the other thing, is because a website, believe it or not, even though you can go online and buy a Squarespace website for, I don't know, 20 bucks a month or something, that's not going to do much for you. It might look pretty, it might have a nice template, but I think that the best websites are those that have all of the connections kind of figured out, and you have your stats down, and it's really optimized to work for you. And those can get expensive when you have a team of people doing it. And so again, going back to our core values, like, we want to be able to do that at scale at low cost, or something reasonable for people. So that's what we've been working really hard on.
so do I need a web developer on staff or on contract to
No, yeah, that's the cool thing. You don't really. I mean, the thing is, if you want to make the website, like, you really want to fine tune it, then you're going to need a developer. You're going to need someone, to do that stuff for you. But our websites have a lot of the best practices kind of already baked in, and we have some templates available that you can customize and put in your brand. That they're going to look great, but also they're going to work really well with our automated tools and things. That's kind of the point, is you don't have to do much. You give us your content, and then we even have AI, of course, baked in to help you generate content very easily and stuff like that. But we want you to be able to get up and going very quickly without having to use a programmer. So,
fantastic.
yeah,
Great to see that you guys have continued to grow.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
It's an adventure.
what and I'm gonna say I like the Midwestern stability.
Yeah.
Right? You haven't taken six complete what do you call them in the startup world?
Rounds of
I don't
investing
know,
or
but a complete change
pivots.
in what you do. Like you
Yeah.
know what you do, and you've
Yeah.
continued growing that
Yeah. Yes.
what you do and doing it in a stable manner. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, awesome to catch up. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's good to see that you're still doing these great videos and things. And we were talking before, I think you're probably around episode 500 or so. So,
510 just went live today,
yeah,
and we have a few waiting to go out. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, at this point, it's like I will die at the desk. Like I don't see a reason to stop. It's something I enjoy doing, and
well, mark the calendars, episode 750.
every
You got to give me a call.
every 250, absolutely. So for the listeners, you want to watch the original episode, link in the show notes, episode 249. And yeah, thank you so much for your time today, Corey.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great one.